In this very hour, something extraordinary is unfolding. A shift you have prayed for is already in motion. Do not scroll past this. Stop right where you are, my beloved child. Pause. Do not let this moment slip through your fingers. Do not treat these words as ordinary. This is not chance. This is not coincidence. I, the Lord your God, have placed this message before your eyes, because heaven has marked this hour as yours. You are not here randomly. My Spirit drew you to this exact moment, because what I am releasing is closer than you realize. Yes, within 1 hour, something you surrendered in tears, something you stopped believing could happen, something you quietly let go. I am restoring it in a way that will leave you breathless. Someone will step into your path, carrying the answer I promised. And when they do, you will know. You will feel it in your spirit. This is the sign you have been asking for. This message stands as a threshold between what was and what is about to begin. So do not take the next moments lightly. Do not let distractions steal what your spirit is being prepared to receive. Hearts have already been moved. Conversations have already been whispered. Paths have already been redirected. I am not speaking to you in distant maybes. I am speaking in the language of now. Do you sense it? That stirring deep within? That quiet knowing that something unseen has already begun? That is my Spirit confirming this truth. This is your moment. Heaven has not forgotten your name. The promise was not canceled. It was being crafted with precision. In the spirit realm, timing carries weight, and you are standing at the intersection where faith meets fulfillment. Every second matters now. Align your heart with heaven's rhythm. Do not dismiss this word as just another message. It is alive. It has been waiting for you to arrive at this exact moment when I say within 1 hour. I am not speaking in vague spiritual terms. This is a divine appointment with your name written on it. So mark this moment in your spirit. Anchor it, seal it. Before you move forward, before you continue reading, pause and make one simple declaration of faith. Write the word Amen in the comments below. Not for show, not for anyone watching, but to root this moment deep in your spirit. And if this message has already begun to stir something inside you, share it with one person who is barely holding on to hope. As you do, know this, something has already shifted. Even now, as you read these words, hearts are being softened, minds are being redirected, doors are being unlocked. You have walked through a season of silence, wondering if your prayers still reached my ears, if your tears were still noticed. You searched the horizon for a sign, for anything that would tell you I was still listening. Listen now. I am speaking directly into that place of waiting. I have seen the weight pressing down on your chest. I know the mornings when you woke already exhausted. I know the nights you lay awake replaying questions that had no answers. I know the moments you whispered to yourself, maybe this was never meant for me, but you were never abandoned. You were never overlooked. While you waited, wondering if I had moved on, I was arranging details you could not see. I was touching hearts you did not know needed to be touched. I was aligning circumstances with precision. As it is written, the vision awaits its appointed time. It hastens to the end. It will not lie if it seems slow. Wait for it. It will surely come. It will not delay. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3, what is coming will not be small or insignificant. It will carry my fingerprints. It will bring a peace that settles your restless spirit. It will restore a certainty you thought you had lost forever. It may arrive through an unexpected conversation, through a person you never imagined would reach out, through an opportunity that appears out of nowhere, through a door you stopped even looking at. A relationship you thought was over may begin to heal. A dream you buried may resurrect. A hope you released may return with new life. What seemed lost forever will find its way back to you. And when it does, you will see my hand in every detail. Do not rush through this moment carelessly. Do not let the noise of the world drown out what your spirit is hearing right now. Stay present. Stay awake. Stay aware. Voices will whisper doubt. They will say this is just wishful thinking. They will tell you nothing changes this quickly. They will remind you of past disappointments. But remember this, The same God who spoke light into existence is still speaking into your darkness today. The power that raised the dead still breathes life into what you thought was finished. The hand that stopped the storm still moves on your behalf. The shift has already begun. The answer is already in motion. Faith keeps your spirit open to receive. Doubt keeps you from recognizing what is already unfolding. Distraction pulls your attention away from the very miracle taking shape. That is why I am calling you here right now. Center your heart on me. Lock your focus on this truth. You have asked for signs over and over. These words are one of them, this timing, this stirring. None of it is random. I am reminding you that your story is not buried beneath time. I am the Lord of all time. I do not delay without reason. I am never late. I am never early. I am always precisely on time. You are stepping into the moment that will give meaning to every tear, every sleepless night, every unanswered prayer. Keep your heart tender. Do not overlook what begins quietly, for it is written, "Do not despise these small beginnings." For the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. Zechariah chapter 4, verse 10. Watch closely. What felt like an ending is about to become a beginning that restores your wonder. Even now, as you continue here with me, movement is happening in the unseen realm. Hearts are being turned, thoughts are being planted. Someone is beginning to think of you without knowing why. A name is rising in someone's mind, an urge to reach out is forming resistance. That once seemed permanent is softening. Doors that appeared locked are quietly opening. I am setting moments in motion that will surprise you, yet when they arrive, they will feel unmistakably right. It may come as a text at the perfect time, a call you did not expect, a meeting that feels orchestrated, an opportunity where there was only emptiness before. It may also arrive as something deeper, a sudden peace flooding your chest, a calm that settles over your anxious thoughts, favor appearing where you once faced rejection, kindness from a source that once brought pain, restoration where there was only brokenness. You might wake up one morning and simply feel different. Lighter, more hopeful, as if a weight you did not even realize you were carrying has been lifted. That is my presence settling into the spaces that have been empty for too long. However it comes, you will recognize it, because it will carry my signature. It will have my fingerprints all over it. As it is written, "Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows." James chapter 1 verse 17. This is how I work, my child, not always with thunder and lightning, sometimes with a whisper, sometimes with a gentle touch, sometimes with a quiet knowing that settles deep in your spirit and says, "This is from Him. This is the moment I have been waiting for." So do not pass carelessly through this hour. Slow your breath, quiet the rush. Let your heart settle enough to sense my nearness. I am closer than you think. Heaven has not been idle while you waited. Your steps are being guided into alignment with my promise. What is coming is not random luck. It is not coincidence. It is the answer to prayers you whispered when you thought no one heard. When you felt I was silent, I was working behind what you could see. When you thought I had delayed, I was preparing something greater than what you asked. Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, according to His power that is at work within us. Ephesians chapter 3 verse 20. The waiting was never punishment. It was preparation. It strengthened your spirit so you could hold what is now ready to be released. Now the season begins to shift. Stay expectant. Keep your heart open and soft. You are about to witness my goodness in a way that feels personal, timely, and undeniable. When it happens, you will remember this moment. The moment your spirit awakened before the evidence appeared. The moment you chose to believe even when nothing visible had changed. The moment you said yes to hope one more time. This is how faith works. It sees before sight. It knows before proof. It trusts before evidence. And you are walking in that kind of faith right now, even if you do not fully realize it yet. Your heart is more ready than you think. Your spirit is more prepared than you know. The waiting has done its work. Now comes the harvest. Your hour is near. Stay ready, stay awake, stay expectant. And now, my beloved child, listen with everything in you. I am not coming to burden you. I am coming to lift you. I come to your heart with healing, not fear, with peace that steadies your shaking hands, with hope that rises again inside your chest. My words carry life. They are not warnings of trouble ahead. They are invitations to breathe again, to trust again, to believe again. When I reach for you like this, it is not because I am disappointed in you. It is because your pain has moved my heart. I have watched your story unfold day by day. I have seen the tears you hid in bathrooms. I have heard prayers that broke apart before you could finish them. I was there when you smiled while everything inside you was crumbling. I was there in the long hours before dawn when sleep refused to come. I was there when you wondered if you still mattered to anyone at all. But hear this truth now. You have never been invisible to me. You have never been forgotten. You have never been overlooked. I have been closer than your breath, walking beside you when loneliness pressed in, strengthening you when your own strength ran dry, holding you when you felt like you were falling. This moment is not accidental. It was written into your story long before you understood the path you would walk. As it is written, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5. Heaven itself aligned this encounter. These words, this timing, this hour, chosen with intention. You were meant to hear this now. Not tomorrow, not someday. Now there is a reason you are still here, still reading. Your spirit knows something your mind has not yet grasped. You are on the edge of a shift that will change the direction of your life. I see you exactly where you stand. I see the fear you carry that the best has already passed. I see the disappointment that has made you cautious. I see the dreams you stopped speaking out loud because hope felt too dangerous. But I also see what you cannot. I see the blessing that has been traveling toward you while you thought nothing was happening. I see the heart that has been prepared to meet yours. I see the door that is about to swing open. You thought I was far away, but I have been orchestrating every detail. What you called delay, I call divine timing. What you named silence, I call preparation. The waiting was not empty. It was working in you, shaping you, refining you, preparing you to carry what is coming without breaking under its weight. Every tear you cried mattered. You keep track of all my sorrows. You have collected all my tears in your bottle. You have recorded each one in your book. Psalm 56 verse 8. Your pain was not wasted. It was building something. While you thought you were barely surviving, I was making you strong enough to thrive. While you thought you were losing ground, I was positioning you for breakthrough. I know there were moments when you wanted to give up, moments when you thought faith was foolish, moments when you told yourself to stop expecting because the disappointment hurt too much. Yet something inside you would not let go. That persistence was not your own strength. It was my spirit refusing to release you. You thought you were holding on to me, but the truth is I was holding on to you. You walked through storms. People failed you. Plans collapsed. Foundations you trusted gave way beneath your feet. But even in that, I was with you, teaching you to anchor your hope not in what shifts, but in what remains. That is why you are still standing. That is why the storm did not destroy you. I was your shelter when everything around you shook. Every turn in your path had purpose. Every closed door was protection. If the answer had come too soon, you would not have been ready. If the blessing had arrived too early, it would have overwhelmed you. I was not delaying. I was aligning. Now the promise and the person you have become are ready at the same time. This season of waiting was sacred. In the silence, you learned to hear my voice. In the stillness, you learn to recognize my presence. The world rushes, but I do not hurry what is meant to last. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. Look at yourself now. You are not the same person who began this journey. You are stronger, wiser. Your heart is softer, yet your spirit is steadier. That transformation is proof the waiting was not wasted. I was preparing you for the very thing you asked for. Every no you received was clearing the way for the right. Yes, every detour was guiding you towards something better than what you originally wanted. You thought I was silent, but I was speaking through every circumstance. You thought I was distant, but I was nearer than ever. I know how heavy the waiting felt, but I also know the joy that is about to flood your life when the promise arrives. And that season has begun. The sorrow that stretched your heart is making room for joy. The place where you felt forgotten will become the place where you see my faithfulness most clearly. You asked why the journey had to be so long. The answer is this. The waiting drew you closer to me. Without it, you would have missed the depth, the intimacy, the unshakable confidence that now lives inside you. You have come to know me not only as the giver of gifts, but as the one who stays. I remain with you through every season, every valley, every mountaintop, until every promise I have spoken is fulfilled. Do not let these words fade when this moment passes. If you are choosing to trust again, if you are choosing to open your heart again, type the words I receive in the comments below. Let that simple act seal this moment in your spirit, and then share this message. Because the same God who is strengthening you right now wants to strengthen someone you know. Someone who is barely hanging on. Someone who needs to hear that their hour has come. My beloved child, I know the battles you have fought in secret. I know the mornings you forced yourself out of bed even when your soul felt too heavy to move. I know the nights you bargained with me, pleading for just one sign that I was still listening. Every whisper, every groan, every silent scream, I have heard them all. And I want you to know this. Not one moment of your suffering has been ignored. There were seasons when you watched others celebrate breakthroughs while your life felt frozen. You wondered if I had favorites, if I had somehow passed you by, if your name had been forgotten in the shuffle, but you mistook my silence for absence. I was never gone. I was working in places you could not see, weaving threads together, touching hearts, moving obstacles, preparing the ground for what is about to bloom. As it is written, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus, chapter 14, verse 14. You carried fear that the waiting meant loss, that the promise had expired, that you had somehow disqualified yourself. You questioned whether you had missed your moment, whether you had made a mistake that cost you everything. But you did not miss your moment, and I have not changed my mind about you. What I began in you is still alive. What I promised you is still secure. The blessing designed for you has been moving toward you all along. The waiting was not empty. It was doing something. Every difficult day was shaping your character. Every painful step was strengthening your foundation. I saw you choose kindness when your heart was breaking. I saw you keep believing when your faith felt like a thread. I saw you stand back up after disappointment, knocked you down. Those moments were seeds planted deep, and what you thought was buried is beginning to rise. Your pain was not a sign of failure. It was evidence of endurance. While you thought you were breaking, you were actually being forged. While you thought you were losing, you were being prepared to carry weight. Readiness was never about being perfect. It was about learning to trust me even when nothing made sense. And you have grown into that place. The waiting refined you. It stretched your faith. It taught you to depend on me, not on what you could see. I know the mornings when hope felt impossible, the nights when you tried to stop caring so it would hurt less, yet something inside you refused to surrender completely. That resilience was not your own doing. It was my spirit holding you steady. You were never holding on to me as much as I was holding on to you. You walked through betrayal. People you trusted turned away. Plans you built fell apart. Foundations you stood on cracked beneath your feet. But even then, I was building something deeper, teaching you to anchor your hope in what cannot be shaken. That is why the storm did not destroy you. I was with you in it, protecting what mattered most. Your faith, every turn in your path had purpose. Every pause was necessary. If the door had opened too soon, the gift would have felt like a burden. If the answer had come too quickly, your heart would not have been ready to hold it. I was not delaying your blessing. I was aligning every piece. Now the promise and the person you have become are ready at the same time. This season of waiting was holy ground. In the silence, you learned to hear my whisper. In the stillness, you learned to recognize my presence. The world rushes, but I do not rush what is meant to endure. Look at where you stand now. You are stronger than you were, wiser, more compassionate, more aware. That is the proof that the waiting was not wasted. I was preparing you for the very thing you cried out for. What you called delay, I call protection. Every closed door redirected you. Every no cleared the path for the right. Yes. Every unanswered question was leading you towards something greater than you imagined. You thought I was silent, but I was speaking through your circumstances. You thought I was distant, but I was closer than your skin. I know how crushing waiting can feel, but I also know the overwhelming joy that comes when the promise finally arrives. And that is the season you are entering right now. The sorrow that carved out your heart is making space for joy. The place where you felt abandoned will become the place where you witness my faithfulness most powerfully. You asked why this journey had to be so long. The answer is simple. The waiting drew you into intimacy with me. Without it, you would have missed the depth, the trust, the unshakable knowing that now lives in your bones. You have come to know me not just as the one who gives good gifts, but as the one who never leaves. And I will stay with you through every season until every word I have spoken over your life comes to pass. Do not let this moment evaporate when you close this page. If you are choosing to believe again, if you are choosing to open your heart to hope again, type, "I receive" in the comments. Let that declaration mark this hour as the turning point. Then share this message with someone who needs to know their waiting is not in vain, because the same God who is moving in your life wants to move in theirs. The hour has arrived. What you thought was finished is being resurrected. What you surrendered is being restored. What you stopped believing for is being released. Stay alert, watch closely. The evidence is about to appear, and when it does, you will know beyond doubt that I have been with you every step of the way. I need you to understand something crucial. This is not just about receiving a blessing. This is about remembering who I am. This is about restoring trust. This is about renewing your faith in my character. When the answer comes, when the promise manifests, when the breakthrough appears, it will do more than solve a problem. It will heal your relationship with hope. It will remind you that I am faithful. It will prove that I see you, I hear you, I remember you. And that knowing will carry you through every season ahead. Because once you have witnessed my faithfulness in the waiting, once you have seen me move in the impossible, once you have experienced my perfect timing, you will never doubt the same way again. This moment is building something in you that will outlast the blessing itself. It is building unshakable trust. It is building deep-rooted faith. It is building a testimony that will strengthen not only you, but everyone who hears your story. So receive this with both hands. Receive the blessing. Receive the breakthrough. Receive the answer, but also receive the deeper gift. The gift of knowing beyond any doubt that I am with you, that I am for you, that I will never leave you. Your hour has come. Do not miss this moment. Do not let doubt steal what faith is about to receive. Do not let fear block what love is about to release. Open your heart, lift your hands, speak your yes, and watch what I do. Because when heaven moves, earth shifts. When I speak, things change. When my time comes, nothing can stop it. This is your hour. This is your moment. This is your time. Receive it.